Okay, so the wiring harness is here and my ECM is back. See, ECM's all plugged in. This is the harness. There's a big box that comes with it for the run start approval, main power in, ignition wire, which I'm getting through the firewall right now. A couple things plugged into the BCM, and then everything else is already plugged in other than my mass airflow. So looking good. Probably another 40 minutes here. Put off a trans fluid, and then we are going to try to start it. I keyed on, and there are no codes besides for the BCM, which is expected. And so everything seems good. So hopefully it will turn over and maybe start. Okay, it is Sunday, the week before UCC. We are still grinding on it. We did get it to turn over, and we had some issues. The return line somehow got punctured, probably when I was moving into my shop, that line got punctured. I forgot to tighten one of the high pressure lines, got that tightened up, no problem there. And then we did forget an O-ring in the front cover. So right behind this guy on the front cover, there's an O-ring that seals to the block, and it is pissing out oil right there when I'm turning it over, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to pull the front cover off, but I do wanna get it fired up first, just so I know. I wanna know now that it's gonna run. So that's good, what we're gonna do now. Okay, so I went to record more, and there really wasn't anything to record. So my oil leak on the front was a cracked front cover. So that's gonna put me way behind. I honestly don't even know where I'm gonna get one. It is Sunday night. I'm supposed to leave Thursday morning. I don't know where it is, or I don't know where to find one. So, and then on top of that, I have no communication with my ECM. It's acting like it's bricked. I don't know if it is bricked or if it's something stupid, but it is doing the exact same thing it did the last time when my TCM wasn't plugged. It'll read data from the BCM, which it is doing now, and it did the exact same thing, and then no communication with anything else. So I don't know if it wasn't isolated properly, if it was on DMAX store's end or DMAX swap's end, or if I did something incorrectly. I don't know. I spent 8 hours today going through everything I could think of. It's a brand new battery. I mean, I've gone through everything I can think of, and I have no solution. Realistically, tomorrow's Memorial Day. I'm not gonna get an answer back from DMAX swap until Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm gonna take my ECM down to Dan's. Dan said he would bench flash it for me to see if the ECM is bricked, and then go from there. On top of that, I gotta put the whole front end of the truck together again and find a front engine cover before I, can even do anything. So yeah, I mean, I was just chasing the one issue down pretty much the whole day. So I didn't really have anything to record. Okay, it is Memorial Day. It's been crazy. We're gonna try to make this happen. We're gonna do the best that we can. So here's where we're at. With the communication error, it was the glow plug control module. Got that in, all good. I thought I could delete it, that's on me. Didn't realize that the CAN bus info runs through the GPCM and then to the ECM, so that's why I had no communication. Like I thought it was some stupid mistake on my end, not a big deal. I mean, not even a mistake, I didn't think I needed it anymore, but you do it in order to run, apparently. So, next, the cracked front cover. The older models do not fit on an LML. Figured that out today. So, it is currently 7:30 or so, Memorial Day night, and I'm driving 2 hours to go get a front cover. This is my last shot at making UCC. Like, if this doesn't work, then I'm not gonna make it, unfortunately. But from what I've heard, this guy does have an LML front cover. He's going to a shop right now to check. Gonna drive the 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and probably, honestly, I'm just gonna go to bed early tonight, wake up early tomorrow, and hit it hard. Today's been a long day. I couldn't get that other front cover until whatever time tonight, 4:30 today. So we went out on the boat, relaxed, kind of let loose for a little bit. So it's already been a long day as it is. So I'm thinking tonight, just relax, get a good night's sleep, which I haven't done in a long time, and come back and hit it again tomorrow. So yeah, this is where it sits. The older ones, everything's the same. You don't have the crankcase vent here, but pretty much the older ones are just skinnier this way, so then you don't clear your oil pump and your gears. And I believe the nut from the CP3 hits it as well. Not 100% sure. It was close, but it does not work. Okay, it's Tuesday, and we got the front cover on. We got main seal and all the accessory brackets on the front. And we got, I don't know, we got a lot of stuff on, and it is actually running. So as you can tell by how smoky it is in here, I did have it running. It sounds like I have a compression leak somewhere, almost like out of one of the injectors or a glow plug. So I'm going to go through everything. It's definitely on this left side, and see where that's coming from. And I'm gonna let this battery charge up some more, get the belt on, and go from there. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. Ignition, start. Okay, so update. We have the whole top end together. Intercooler pipes are connected. I need a clamp there, I know. Nitrous is hooked up. Front clip is on. Everything's on. We're gonna take it, run it through the gears, and see what happens. I did get it confirmed that the transfer case is in gear. Okay, so we have a slight issue. All right, park. Now if we go, that should be reverse. Nothing. Well, that should be neutral. Third, second, first. Forward. Okay, so pretty much what's happening is when you put it in reverse, it's binding up like the forwards are engaged, kind of like a trans brake. So when you have a trans brake, reverse and forward are engaged at the same time, so your tires won't spin. So that's why when I put it in reverse, tires aren't spinning. Put it in neutral, well, the forwards are still engaged, and that's why it's going forward in neutral. Either the tolerances are too tight in the forwards, or the forwards have welded themselves together. Either way, it's not good. It's not going to be stupid expensive or anything like that. The trans isn't trashed. You know, everything's still good, most likely. But the trans does have to come back out. Converter has to come out, and then pull valve body, pull forwards out, and the pump out, and input shaft, and then we can take a look and see what's happening. The issue is I don't have the know-how to do that. So I think the plan is tomorrow, Wednesday morning, I'm going to drive down to Maverick Diesel, which is 5.5 hours south, and they're going to help me go through it. Everett's going to help me, and we're going to get it figured out. Now that I think I know what it is, talked with Maverick a little more. They're like, just bring the thing down, put it on our lift, pull the trans out, we'll go through the forwards, see what they look like, see what the fuck's going on, and then we have everything there to fix it. We have a spare valve body to try, just to rule out a valve body issue, which I don't think it is because it's a brand new valve body from Garand. Looks a little different in here with no truck, but just got done changing the oil on this turd so we can head south tomorrow. It is currently like 11:30. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home and get some sleep, and we're leaving at 5 tomorrow. Well, I'm leaving at 5 tomorrow. And truck is on the trailer. Dude, it is a fucking nightmare in here. I'm gonna be cleaning for like 3 days when I get back. but it's just part of, it's really not part of it. It's just how I work. And I keep saying I'm going to be better, but I'm just not. It's how I operate. So it is what it is. Truck's together. Trans is no bueno, but everything else seems good. Doesn't seem to be leaking anything. Maybe a small drip of oil, but nothing I'm really concerned about. We made it down to Maverick. It is Wednesday, and blew a tire on the way down on the trailer, so the fans over there. It was, we're getting here a little later than we thought, but we're still gonna try to get this trans issue taken care of and make it to UCC to race. It's gonna be close. We leave tomorrow, so we're gonna get after it, probably set up time lapse and start ripping everything out.
I'm doing amazing.
All right, you gotta explain twice today since both of us are filming.
Yeah. So
what's going on with this thing?
it's really fucked. Actually, no. It's a small it's a small issue, honestly. When it was
probably me. If I'm gonna be honest, it was probably me.
There's multiple issues here. First of all, the input wasn't set the whole way down in, and it chewed up the where is it? Let me put these down. It like laid the teeth over on the clutch, and it wasn't engaged. And the what I call this is the selectable washer that like sets your end play. That's not supposed to be have the ears flipped over like that. It's supposed to look like this. There's I mean this one's used, but that's how it should look. So it's just flat. So and then I noticed when I pulled the pump out, pulled the last bolt out, and the whole thing just popped up like an eighth, a quarter of an inch. And so yeah, there was like no end play on it, and the forwards
We're staying engaged.
were staying engaged all the time. So that's why
That's exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's why it was trying to drive forward all the time.
Yeah, I was trying to go forward in neutral, and then in reverse you had nothing, because it's like a trans brake. You got forwards and reverse engaged at the same time.
So yeah, we'll throw
Not the end of the world.
These steels look okay, so I'm gonna clean them up a little bit and throw the steels
that's
back
fine.
in and give them some new clutches. And we'll put it all back together.
And how long did it take us to pull it out?
41 minutes.
41 minutes. So, not too bad.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that all like the thrust washers inside of here are all good and everything. Just make sure they didn't get fucked up too. So.
All right. All right, well, it is back in. We just got to put the rear drive shaft in, and then I don't know, we might get naughty with it. So how naughty are we gonna get with it? Probably not too naughty.
We're gonna do rolling burnouts
On the slicks. That might be a bad idea, but no, it's back together, so looking good. All right, we got a lot going on here tonight. Oh, hold on, clear the camera. Got a megaphone going on. Pro Street truck is up on the lift still. Mitchell's loaded up. Our trans is in and possibly working. We haven't tested it, but hopefully working. We need fluid. Once fluid's in it, we're gonna figure it out. And
oh, dude,
dude, rate them out of 10.
9.5.
9.5.
Yeah, I think they're phenomenal.
Yeah, they're pretty
phenomenal.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
that's fair. I was shook.
They're
when we came
phenomenal.
back with them. I was
9.5.
like, no fucking way. I was like, there's no way. We've been looking every time we've gone there, and it never had.
Is it leaking?
No. I was looking at it. I could barely see your lugs. I was like, bro, where's his lugs?
Good?
I didn't realize you've been here before until I saw your goofy ass holding your phone up like you were at the dyno day.
Yeah. the drunker I got, the more I moved this way.
Start side. You want to go to reverse, so go forward.
It has 16 ports in it.
Okay, now pull it back. Yeah, you adjusted the shifter, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Second gear.
You did it in second gear? Okay, go back to reverse. There you go. It's starting to load up. Keep doing that. Now go pull it back. Now pull it back towards you again. Now go back forward again. Go back to reverse again.
Is it leaking?
Are you off the brake or are you on the brake?
I'm off, or on the brake.
Not off the brake.
I don't know what this is, but I found it on the ground.
Good? Yeah.
Hey, you left the rack controls like I said not to. And it did exactly what I said it would.
I don't know what this is, but I found it on the ground.
Oh shit.
Hey, shut it off.
When your ratchet was on there, it broke the bolt loose.
That's awesome.
Mitchell.
That is incredible.
Hey,
Yeah, just so you know, that takes like 275 foot-pounds to break that loose.
it's kind of f***ed up now.
See?
Is it fucked? It's been fucked.
Dude, you should come down here. Oh, that's fine.
That happens on a daily fucking basis.
I guess that's the cool thing about Cummins cranks is that they don't have a single bolt. This kid, I'm telling you.
Well, I have not recorded whatsoever, but
All right, I'll talk to you
down the
later.
track, just putzing around. Truck's off the trailer, so if we walk out to the starting line, just take a look, feel it up. Okay, so we're in line for tech. We're still having tuning issues, which has been a pain in the ass. Pretty much, it's failing to flash at 0%. I'm trying to find someone with the bench flash cable to bench flash it, or someone with another LML to try flashing it in with. Doing the best we can, gonna tech it. If it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Dante's right behind me in line for tech, looking good as always. So we're gonna give it our best shot. Okay, we did everything we absolutely could. I got Dom. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. I got Starlight on the laptop, did everything we could, and it just won't happen. The ECM is pissed off about not having a TCM in there, and the only way to bypass it is to turn off the mass airflow. Well, when you turn off the mass airflow, as soon as you touch the throttle, your fuel goes to 100%, and it's really, really smoky, and it's just bogging the engine down. I can't get it to spool. It's 100 fucking degrees here. It won't spool. I'm out of nitrous, so it's just not gonna happen this year. So hopefully next year we can come back and make a run at it. Hopefully take home the no time. We're gonna see what Mitchell does.
Still gonna roll it.
I'm calling at least a 0.1 on the light. Easy down there, Ricky Bobby. All right, we're all loaded up and ready to head back to Wisconsin, get some testing on this thing. Well, a couple revisions, and hopefully we can get it figured out. I think Dom can do it. He thinks he can do it, so feeling up about it, but it's definitely going to be a struggle bus getting the tuning figured out. Okay, so we are back home from UCC. I'm going to do a little recap in a bit here, but truck's off the trailer. We lost our tonneau on the way back, you know, just to add insult to injury for how this week's gone. But everything else is in one piece. Nice little sunset, back before dark. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to find another tonneau. That's nice. Okay, I want to take the time and do a recap on UCC. I didn't really get to explain it much. Looking back, I will say that I genuinely feel like I did every single thing that I possibly could. Now, when I really felt like it kind of went downhill, got it up on the jack stands to run it for the first time and run it through the gears, and it didn't shift. Wouldn't shift into reverse. Well, it was shifting into reverse, but it was binding in reverse, and then in neutral it was pulling forward. At that point, I kind of knew that the forwards were going to be hanging up, and that it was probably going to be pushing into the pump and all that stuff, but you know, it wasn't really the end of the world. It didn't turn out to be as big of a deal as I thought it was in the moment. And the reason for that is the guys at Maverick Diesel. Thank you to them. You know, they absolutely saved my ass, regardless of if I got to race the UCC or not, but just the knowledge that I got going down there and the opportunity to go down there. And they just did it like it was, you know, they were doing it for a friend. And honestly, they had no reason really to do that. Like they gained nothing from it. So thank you to them, seriously. So Tuesday night, when I got the ECM up and running and everything was good, I couldn't get it to take a tune. I thought, well, maybe, you know, it's just being dumb. It's EasyLink. EasyLink can get really finicky sometimes. And at the time, my bigger concern was obviously my transmission that was not shifting properly and functioning properly. So I went down to Maverick, got down to Maverick, refreshed trans, got it back in, and then Thursday morning, it still wouldn't flash. Get up there, Mark from Danville, thank you to him, put it on his bench flash, and nothing. Does the exact same thing. Will not bench flash through EasyLink. So at this point, I'm asking around, you know, Blake's like, well, if it won't flash through EasyLink, it's not gonna flash through EFI, but in the back of my head, I know they're two very different platforms. So I asked Paul, hey, can I use your AutoCal? I'll pay you the $120 for a VIN license. Can you just throw a stock tune on this thing just to see what it does? Because I know he has the stock tune files already saved. So we get the stock tune. Ever flashes it. It takes an EFI tune without blinking an eye. At this point, I know I'm in a pinch because I know that Blake will not tune. I don't know that he won't, but he doesn't have the mapping, the fuel mapping for LMLs to turn 5,000 RPMs through EasyLink or through EFI Live. So it kind of puts him in a spot where he doesn't have the mapping already, and to create a tune from scratch is kind of a pain. So I started looking around and trying to find Dom. We played with it back and forth for like 2.5 hours. Me and Dom just trying different things, turning different D-fuels off, all that stuff. It's not as simple as your basic tune truck. Even say a 1500 horse LML is still 10 times easier to tune than this truck with a 48 in it, because the ECM is all sorts of pissed off. We're essentially creating a manual tune file operating system from scratch instead of just having like the GM one that's for the older trucks. Honestly, whatever people want to say, I don't care. Like, you guys know absolutely nothing that went into it. Dom is one of, if not the best tuner in the country, and if he can't figure it out in 2.5 hours of one-on-one working with the truck, sitting in my truck working on it, there's nobody else in the country that's going to be able to do it. And I can say that with the utmost confidence, that we did everything that we could in the time frame given to race a UCC. With that being said, I do want to thank everybody that was helping over the weekend. Everybody. It's really not possible without the people around you, and I really, really realized that this weekend. And I guess I'm just thankful for the people that have jumped on board, especially some of the bigger names that are just like, yeah, well, you know, what do you need? What do you need? What can I do to help? It's kind of a surreal feeling, I guess. But we did make a test hit when we got back home. We are getting closer with the tune. It's overfueling down low, and it's defueling up top. So we got to find happy medium on both. And I honestly have no doubt in my mind that as soon as the tuning's figured out, this truck is going to break every LML record, racing-wise.